What's up YouTube? It's your boy Dream who's back with another video, and we're almost 2 months into the NBA season and it's been very interesting. Many teams are currently exceeding expectations and doing far better than many would have anticipated. On the flip side, there are some teams that are severely underperforming by pretty wide margin. But nonetheless, with the NBA season being almost 2 months in, the slumps or the hot streaks we are seeing should no longer just be dismissed, but should be an indication of what we will be seeing from the player for the rest of the season. So I decided to take it upon myself to make a video telling you guys 5 NBA players who I believe are having a breakout season. So make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep you posted, and let's get into it. So first we have Tyler HERRO, a 6'5" guard who can practically score from everywhere on the court, and with him being one of the best 3-level scorers in the NBA, makes him one of the hardest to guard. This season it looks like the game is slowed down for Tyler HERRO. He looks more comfortable in pick and roll situations where he's been more patient, which allows him to pick apart teams' defense with either his amazing mid-range shot or even sometimes where they commit too much to Tyler HERRO. He will either dump it off to the roller or even swing it to the corner man in the corner for an open 3. And his averages this season has been great, averaging 21.2 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, and 3.8 assists while shooting 44% from the field, 39.3% from 3, and 86% from the free throw line. And with him adding on more muscle, it allows him to finish over taller defenders more efficiently. And with that ability, helps him draw and help when he drives to the basket. And with him being a more confident playmaker, he can find the open man a little bit better than he did in years past and be able to dot them in the corner for an open 3. And then there is his 3-point shot, which has been great so far this season. And due to adding Kyle Lowry, another person who draws a lot of attention when he's attacking the basket, Tyler HERRO has been a dead-eye 3-point shooter. So with all of that, I do believe he will finish this season with at least winning the 6th Man of the Year award, or maybe even Most Improved. And currently right now I am proud of what Tyler HERRO is doing this season, since he's proven a lot of doubters wrong, and especially since I'm a Heat fan. Up next we have Miles Bridges, and if I'm going to be frank, I was a little bit hesitant to put Miles Bridges on this list because I didn't believe his level of play currently would be sustainable long term. But every time I get my doubts, almost every game I watch him play, he's dropping 30 points. And that's just due to him becoming a better basketball player. Miles Bridges is a 6'6" forward and he's an athletic freak. And right now currently he's the lead candidate for Most Improved. We know how good Miles Bridges is when it comes to just finishing at the basket and dunking over defenders because he does it almost every week. We see a highlight of him dunking on an opponent. But this year it seems that Miles Bridges has took an offensive leap compared to last year where he just merely averaged 12 points. He's currently averaging 20.2 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, 3.3 assists, while shooting 46.3% from the field, 32.9% from 3, and 76.9% from the free throw line. And that's just due to him becoming a better scorer. The Charlotte Hornets are giving Miles Bridges more isolation opportunities, and he's been taking advantage. With his lightning quick first step, he can just get to the basket very quickly, and then he has become a more capable off the dribble shooter. Sure, if you just look at the box score and you just look at his averages from the 3-point line, he's shooting worse than he did last year. But when you actually watch the games and you see the 3-point shots he's attempting, it's more off the dribble compared to just catch and shoot that he did last year. And due to this new revelation, Miles Bridges is essentially a mismatch for a lot of defenders, since if you put a smaller guard on him, he's just going to bully him to the paint, maybe even shoot over him. Or if you put a taller forward on him, he has a good enough quick first step where he can get right past the defender. And last offseason, it was reported that the Charlotte Hornets gave Miles Bridges a $60 million extension, and they turned it down because he felt like he could get more money the next offseason. And man, currently the way he's playing, I truly do believe he's probably going to get north of $90 million to $100 million contract this next offseason. And the way he's playing currently, I truly do believe we are seeing this is really sustainable for Miles Bridges. Then up next, we have Dejounte Murray. And in my opinion, Murray is the most underrated player in the NBA, and it's not close. Murray is a 6'5" point guard who impacts the game on both sides of the ball. Coming into the NBA, most scouts were very high on Murray's defensive capabilities, and he has not been a disappointment. When it comes to just being an on-ball defender, you can realistically make the argument that he's a top 5 on-ball defender in the NBA. And then he is still very good when it comes to just reading passing lanes and being able to deflect the ball, which leads to him averaging 2 steals a game. But that's not why I put Dejounte Murray on this list, because he's been a good defender ever since he came into the NBA. Why I put him on this list is because right now offensively he has taken a massive leap in his offensive game. Dejounte Murray is averaging 19 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists, while shooting 44.9% from the field, 34.1% from 3, and shooting 69.2% from the free throw line. And just like Tyler HERRO, the main reason for this boost on the offensive side of the ball is just due to him being smarter in the pick and roll. He is killing teams when he's coming off the pick, and the center or forward that drops on the screen this season has consistently killed them from the mid-range area. And when the big men do step up a little bit, he has a good enough handle where he can maneuver and get past the defender, or dump it off to the roller, or even find a wide open man for a 3. His 3-point percentages could get a little bit better, but shooting 34% from the 3-point line is not bad at all. Unfortunately, due to him being on a bad team and a team I'm willing to bet on won't make the playoffs, I don't think Murray will get the full respect that he would deserve because he's playing really, really good. But I'm willing to give him his flowers right now, and if he's able to keep up this production, I don't see why he won't make an all-defense team, maybe even get some all-star votes. But shout out to Dejounte Murray because he's been balling. And then next, we have Jarrett Allen, and this year he's proven a lot of people wrong, including me. I never doubted the talent that Jarrett Allen is, but I didn't believe he'd be playing at this high of a level so far this season. Jarrett Allen is a 6'10" center with a 7'6" wingspan, and with that wingspan helps him contest and block a lot of shots that come in the paint. 9 out of 10 times if an opposing player tries to challenge Jarrett at the rim, it would result in a missed shot or a block, which is the reason why he's the defensive anchor for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Currently he's averaging 17.3 points per game, 11.2 rebounds, 1.8 assists, while shooting 71% from the field and 67% from the free throw line. And that 71% from the field is currently the best in the NBA. And on the offensive side of the ball, Jarrett Allen has become a better post player. Just from watching his games, he looks more comfortable in his post. His footwork has gotten better, which leads to when Darius Garland wants to pass the ball to him in a post, he's a good enough post player where he can either get a drop step and get a dunk, or even maybe sometimes he'll go for a running hook. And he's still active when he doesn't have the ball, setting screens and still posing a threat as a continual lob threat or a putback player. What he's done on both sides of the ball can't be overlooked, and he should, in my opinion, be considered for all-star consideration, since he's one of the main reasons why the Cavaliers are doing so well, and every penny he's making from that $100 million contract is worth it. Shout out to Jarrett Allen, he's been balling. And then finally, we have Ja Morant. Unfortunately for Ja, the last couple of games he's been out due to a knee sprain, and recent news just came out that unfortunately Ja Morant got COVID-19, so hopefully he can come back at 100%, because when he was healthy, he was playing at an MVP caliber level, so prayers up for Ja, man. But let's get back into the video. Ja Morant is a 6'3" point guard who is one of the most athletic players in the NBA, and his ability to package his freakishly athleticism with his great footwork to attack the paint and be able to finish around taller defenders is phenomenal. And then coming off the pick and roll, he has a great floater game where he can get the defender stuck behind him, then seal them off, and still be able to hit the floater on a consistent rate. So with being such a great finisher, the scouting report for Ja Morant is to go under the screen on him. But this year he's been knocking down the 3-point shot very well. Currently this season, Ja Morant is averaging 24.1 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, 6.8 assists, while shooting 47.6% from the field, 35.6% from 3, and 77.7% from the free throw line. And with Ja developing a better shot so early in his career, it can open up more opportunities for him on the offensive side of the ball. Since we already know Ja is one of the best premier playmakers in the NBA since his rookie year, he has been averaging at least 7 assists a game. And as long as he can just continue to just have a quality 3-point shot, it will help him, make him virtually unguardable. So the way Ja is progressing right now, it's looking like he's going to have a superstar career the way he's been getting better year after year. And it wouldn't shock me at all if Ja made the All-Star team this year. And when he does come back and he's 100% healthy, he'd be able to push this Memphis Grizzlies team to a playoff spot, and he'll be brought up in MVP conversations. So shout out Ja. So that's the end of the video. Obviously, I know there are more NBA players that are having breakout seasons, but for the sake of the video, I wanted to crunch it down to just 5 NBA players to make a video not too long. So with that being said, let me know if I'm tripping on my take, or if I'm not. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep you posted, and your boy Dream Hoops is out, man. Peace.